Back to the Curse of Strahd. We have two new players this time. We have Pegasus. Back to
Hi.
the Curse of Strahd. We have two new, and we also have Nerd.
Hello.
Okay, so who of our old players wants to do a little recap of last time?
That would imply that we remember what happened last time.
Last time on Curse of Strahd.
I feel like last time we started off like post fortune teller at the camp business
Yep.
with douche and douche. The people around the campfire were nice. There was something weird about them pretending to sleep but not needing to sleep.
Well,
Which sounded like it was significant, but
no,
nothing
they
came
just
of it.
got really drunk and slept. But they're elves, so they don't have to sleep, but elves can sleep.
Oh, so then they got like super toe up fucked if they were too drunk to stay awake.
More or less.
So we were going toward... I'm not actually sure where we were going. But
To the town of Vallaki.
the not children pie windmill was close. And then we ran into Strahd and his puppy friends.
Oh yeah, that went well. Hey, at least we didn't accidentally shoot someone in the back.
Yeah.
Well, or intentionally.
I'm refusing to acknowledge that because I'm a paladin.
I maintain that it was a good call.
I think our party
Does somebody
got
have
off
their
easy.
volume on?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm hearing everybody twice.
You're hearing everybody.
Try turning off Discord. Or turning off the receiving stuff in Discord.
Oh, I just muted my Roll20. Sorry, I thought it was already muted. Is that better?
Nope.
Hmm.
Oh well. I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Try turning off receiving from Roll20 in your settings. Because you're probably hearing us through Roll20.
There's a top
No,
button
we already did
on
that.
one.
See? Audio
It's weird, it's a 30
issues.
second delay. That's alright. I'm probably the only one hearing it too, so I will deal
Do
with
you
it.
have volume on Twitch? Since you're in the chat for that?
She's
Oh,
not logged
yeah.
on to Twitch at the moment.
Okay. I don't know then.
I don't know. Alright, go ahead.
And I'm pretty sure we escaped with our lives only because Strahd thought it would be more fun to play with his food.
Yeah. But he wouldn't bone me.
Nope. And then we ended with some really wonderful rolling.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The last thing that happened as we left last night is I rolled several dice and said, okay.
Well, so
Oh
now you're
yeah.
just rubbing
'cause
it
you're
in.
an asshole.
Don't make me break out Pollen Storm.
So we are actually going to go and figure out what happened. So I'm going to move you guys over to a random battle map. And if you would arrange yourselves in how you would like to be.
I would like to be as defended as possible because I have no health.
I only see blackness.
Where's...
The
Do we need to zoom in or zoom out?
No,
Oh.
Pegasus and Nerd aren't in this fight right now, so they are just going to see blackness for this one, but they're going to be introduced very shortly.
Cool.
Okay. Can they watch it on Twitch and not be cheating?
Yes.
All right. So where's stage front? Where's stage back?
So you guys are heading up the map.
Okay, then I will be there.
Okay.
No, see, are you where you want to be? I didn't see kitty cleavage move. Is Nosy with us?
Oh, was she muted? Oh.
Sorry, I was still muted.
Are you where you want to be?
I'm fine where I am, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That way Irena's not exposed.
So you guys see that. Oh, they don't have a good picture of what it is. So,
What is it?
it's an approximately human-sized creature that appears to be made up of needles.
Are
Like-
these those pine needle things?
That you know about as a player from our other game.
Yes, fine. Whatever. I don't know in game, sure.
What are they? Pine Sol fresh?
Can I roll for
Probably would
information
be.
for how to defeat them?
Sure, that would be nature. No, yeah. Used to be knowledge nature, but
Fuck.
no.
A strong breeze will blow them over. That's fine. All
You're
right.
not really sure. Okay, and then make sure I have everyone's stuff. Okay. And this is definitely something to roll initiative for. So you guys are just kind of walking along, and out of the forest comes these 4 creatures. Oh, no, see.
What?
You got a
Oh,
natural
I got
one.
a 1. Ha ha!
Fine, let's see.
Oh.
Okay. It starts with Bren.
Oh, geez, I'm first? Okay.
You are first.
Better not abandon us.
Well, I get advantage because they haven't taken a turn yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna attack the front one with some swords.
Okay. So we'll just move you, like, right there.
Sure.
Okay. So roll your... 22 will hit. Yes.
And then I also get my sneak attack.
Yay, advantage.
Yes, and it's a critical hit. So you got your 6, and then 7, and now you need to roll another 3d6.
Oh, damn.
Okay. You murdered the ever-living hell out of that needle blight.
And I use my other action to run back to where I was previously and hide behind Stormhunter.
Yes.
So brave. So brave.
Nice. I have no HP and I'm going to die.
You know, I'm pretty sure, like, growing up, that's exactly, like, the maneuver my sister would do.
Just go up and punch somebody really hard and then hide.
Yeah.
Punch and
It's
run.
effective.
Punch and run.
Okay.
Quit hitting yourself.
So him, it is your turn.
Okay, well, let's see how far I can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get there pretty easily. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I will come right here,
Okay.
and we're gonna go ahead and take a stab at the tree dude.
You're
Okay.
gonna stab the tree. Carve your initials while you're.
17 hits, roll damage.
Yay! What? I hit on my first attack? What is
I
this?
know.
Wow! I even did
It's
a
because
decent
I
amount
rolled
of
a
damage.
1. Couldn't have picked up.
Ah, okay.
There's only so much roll karma on your couch.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not quite dead, but you know,
It's not quite kindling, but it's good.
yes. So it's
Can we use them for a fire later?
it's now their turn. Starting with the one that attacked you. Or you attacked him and didn't kill. 7 misses. 23 wouldn't have. And the next one. 22 does hit, though.
Ouch.
7 points of damage.
Got it.
So, amazingly, we have 6 people watching right now.
Ooh.
So that's always fun.
Woohoo.
And
Oh, I love when the chat
Ah.
box
11.
hit them hard enough, and there's no need to hide. I think that is Storm Hunter's bumper sticker.
Are things happening in chat that I can't see?
Just one.
I am not able to see that. Okay, it is Stormhunter's turn.
Kane, where can I move next to you that would give us advantage?
Well, advantage would be on the other side. So say there.
Can I get there, Worm?
2, 3. Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's only 15 feet.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah. 24 hits. Roll damage. 9. Okay. Again, not dead, but very close. Yes, critical hit does hit. Is that against the same one or the other one?
Oh, I'm just going apeshit here.
On the same one? Okay.
Sure.
Pile it on.
So that one is now dead. And Tome.
Does Stormhunter get a follow-up move at all?
That I can if I use my second wind.
Oh, don't
but then I don't. Then I don't get it back unless I get a
Okay.
short or a long rest.
I was gonna say, just remember if you're actually adjacent to me, I can help defend, but that's okay. It's not worth that.
And I also have an action surge.
You could.
Moment.
Probably not worth it. in
On
this
top of your
situation.
regular. Oh, but that one says it doesn't. It just says that starts at second level, so that means I could do that every time.
Oh,
It
which
doesn't
one is
say it
that?
expires.
Action surge. It should. I think it's missing something.
Yeah, sounds like it. That would be really powerful. That would be amazing. Leave it.
Amazing!
Leave it like that.
Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again.
Damn it.
Oh, fine. Be reasonable.
You looked up action surge, not second wind?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it is going to be Tome of Secrets' turn.
Do I just fall on my... Because I rolled for initiative? I mean,
No.
Do I even... Okay.
It just means you go last.
Thankfully, wow. Brain fart. What's the word? Critical failure.
And then cast.
Oh, you're casting.
Why not?
Is that against the injured one?
Yeah, well, whatever. The one that's right in front of...
That would be the injured one.
Okay.
However, they do succeed on their dexterity saving throw.
Muzzy up, bitches.
Oh, we're up to 8 people watching. Okay.
All right, who's next?
Well, I mean, we're in the channel too, so that probably... Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, I finally got mine to work, but
It is going to be Bren's turn.
Hey.
get him! Get him!
So, fun thing, I can't actually see the chat on my computer, so I'm using my phone.
Weird. That's
Oh, that's...
bizarre.
I move there
Uh,
to get advantage?
you would have to use your bonus action to dash. Because remember, you are encumbered, so you can only move 20 feet. So that'd be
I
4
shouldn't
squares.
be encumbered. I thought I was the only person who wasn't encumbered.
Let's double check. Let's
I'm
see.
not-
Encumbered at 50 pounds. Okay, no, you are just not encumbered. That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you can.
Then yes, I would like to be there.
Okay. And who are you going to stab?
The one I have advantage on stabbing?
Okay. Stab away.
Nick's just said, no, I'm late. Hi, Nick. You didn't miss much. We're just stabbing trees.
Just a small amount of murder.
They're not trees. They're needle blights.
Needle
So,
So that
6
was a
damage.
critical hit, though.
Yes.
Sweet.
So do I roll my other thing?
You can roll your sneak attack if you'd like.
Yeah.
And you'd roll it twice. Okay. So you did
Hey.
an order of magnitude more than it had health left.
Oh, so that's why you can roll it, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah. It had 2
That's
hit
fine.
points.
Oh.
Get destroyed anyway.
Do
Yes.
you want to use your other short sword to try and murder the fuck out of the other needle blight that you also have advantage on?
Heck yeah.
Okay. However, no sneak attack on this one. Because you can
That's
only use it once a turn. Roll damage.
So limiting. God.
Okay. Him, it is your turn.
All right.
I super love how Douche and Douchette are just sitting back.
Yep.
It's their job.
I will get to assist in case we do get attacked. I will move here before attacking. Assist in a dodge and then attack with the longsword.
Yeah, you did.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. It it has 1 hit point left.
Oh, of course. Yes. Stupid
And
tree.
it's going to attack you back. 7 does not hit.
Yay.
Okay, Storm Hunter.
I'll help.
You get advantage on this. So 15
Not
hits.
going. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it didn't post the first time. Oh, it did, but it did late.
Okay, yep. And that's the end of it.
Haha.
Yay.
I feel like we just could have like taken a fan.
Or- oh man.
I'm pretty sure like Storm Hunter is carrying a fan. He's carrying everything else.
True.
He has a fucking eye patch.
That he's not using.
Who's gonna use the eye patch?
It's probably
it's
something
probably,
you'd
like,
want to
curse.
sell.
Some ideas.
And then it's gonna adhere to my face, and then I'm gonna
Probably.
have to wear an eye patch, and then I'll get disadvantage on perception.
We'll take it to a priest first.
Maybe we'll find somebody who needs the eye patch, and then we'll be all like, hey, we've got an eye patch. Thank you much.
And then they'll become our nemesis because it'll possess them.
You know, our track record with priests is not going so well right now.
True.
You are one dead priest for one.
Don't we have one as part of our party?
I'm a cleric.
That's a little different.
That's the same thing.
Not really.
Seems the same thing.
Alright.
That would mean we're by bathing 500.
Better than batting 0.
Ooh, I have a murder kitten behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a cat next going. And I'm like, well, at least he's not meowing.
So, the
Cleric equals fancy priest, and cleric equals priest that smashes.
Not inaccurate.
Ismark and Irena did stay back, and Ismark spent the fight with his sword out, ready to defend his sister if you guys couldn't handle it. But remember, he hired you as bodyguards.
Yeah, we're literally
It
just.
still sucks.
Well, yeah, hired us, but
You know,
I'm here now.
don't lift a finger.
All right.
With something like the needle blades, doesn't have to. So, the large lake on the map, you guys are near the right edge, just under it.
Got it. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
so tiny, large.
Can somebody
So-
ping me?
Pinging.
Is there more than one lake? Oh, there is. There's tons of lakes. Okay, sorry. Ping again. I'm all the way out. Oh, there we are.
So, the very large lake, the one that is bigger than all of the
Wait,
others.
So we passed the windmill without. Wait.
Yeah,
we
we agreed.
decided not to go in the windmill, much to my chagrin.
Oh, that's right.
Eyes. The
That's something you
children's
guys
eyes.
can come back to later.
And
So you
Dave,
guys are heading along like this, and yeah, there's a forest on one side, and it rises up to the other.
All
And
right, whoever's spooning a glass, mute your channel.
and you, as you guys round a large bend, Ismark lets you know that Vallaki is not too far away. You should reach it by that evening.
Yeah, right after we run into Little John and
guess
go
that
through a
it's,
chorus of men in tight tights.
Here.
oh dear.
That is where Vallaki is, yes. The person who just
Nice.
pinged it. So, since you did bring it up, let's see if you guys do encounter anything else. Nope.
Damn it.
Yay.
I think we should
Okay.
go fishing.
We're men in tights, tight tights.
How many days does it?
This whole walk has taken you guys 2 days.
No, it's not a huge trek.
Is a fishing village up ahead?
I think if this was like an actual babysitting job and they were like this, I wouldn't come back for a third night unless there was like some bonus offerings. Just saying.
The old Slavic road meanders into a valley watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain burg surrounded by a wooden palisade. So that would be large sticks stuck in the ground right next to each other, making up a wall.
This sounds like the Valley Mountain of Angel, the vampire.
Thick.
So I was watching a video today, Irish stuff. Found out that the character is supposed to be Irish, and I was just horrified because his accent is so bad, you can't tell that he's Irish.
So true.
The angel is supposed to be Irish?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, getting back to my description of Vallaki.
Sorry.
Thick
We're
fog
using metaphor.
Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them.
Well, this at least
Well,
sounds like the right kind of people.
Yeah. Can see that they're big fans of Strahd.
Alright, is this Nessie?
No.
Roll an insight.
Why not?
Okay, moving you guys into the map of Vallaki.
Do I need to zoom out? Oh. Go.
So it's a pretty sizable town.
It is bigger than Barovia, yes.
Hopefully they're prying houses. Ghost children.
We just got here. Give it time.
Which end are we coming in on the right side?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a second. I'm not actually on the map. I'm grabbing your guys' tokens.
Wow, so this is what I'm looking at right here is like suburban vampire hood, and
Yeah.
what I'm seeing is like each one of these little T and L figure shapes, at least, and some H shapes, all of these have the opportunity to be death houses.
You're not wrong.
If you like Death House,
You guys are giant. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to zoom like way in.
I see Brent already shrunk. I feel so tiny.
We're in the map. I just watched that episode of Friends. I need to go in the map.
Yeah, you guys are.
like, get that all. I'm gonna put my eyes.
No, see, for some reason, like, your connection is super, cut up tonight.
Bad.
Everybody's clipping on mine, and I don't know why.
I'm only hearing yours
Weird.
clip. Do you want to try
Oh.
reconnecting and see if it can?
Let's try this. Try that.
La.
That's
Yeah.
not, you're not cutting.
Okay, cool. I just turned the manual feed thing, and it wasn't working for her. I have to use it on mine, otherwise it picks up everything. But on hers, it works fine without it. So-
Is mine okay?
That's why I have push to talk.
oh, yours fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are at the gates. There are two people on the other side of the gates. What would you like to do?
Please let us in. Oh, can I do persuasion? I'm great at persuasion.
Sure.
Persuade them.
Probably
To let
have
us in.
I just had this image of you all, like, small of stature, but like, ooh, I can do this, and all eagerly, like, pushing us aside to get to the front.
That's pretty much what happened.
I was thinking Ismark should probably be the one to negotiate the way in, since he's the one that has to be here.
Well, he's not stepping up.
Not immediately.
Please let us inside. We are here to be not assholes. That's what I say with my 19.
That's so specific.
Ismark does walk up and announce who he is. And
Like all douche nozzles do.
Okay.
I don't need your help, asshole. Let us in.
as all town leaders do.
He's a douche
He's a
nozzle.
politician, you know?
Greetings, I'm Summer Breeze Ismark.
Well, if he doesn't announce himself officially, it could be seen as an act of war.
It could be a lot of things.
Plus, I mean,
None of them good.
yeah.
I would persuade them to open the gate, please.
They do.
Nice.
And like they're about to before Ismark announces himself, and as soon as he does, they just they're perfectly fine letting you guys in.
Oh, cool. They've got all those wolf heads, you know? At least we know they'll be handy against your dog
That's
problem.
cool.
Okay.
Distinct poor choice.
So, why don't you guys show me where do you want to go?
I will turn to Ismark and ask
Tavern.
where to.
Okay, so one votes for the tavern, and one... Of course, you know, as I'm kind of scrolling through where each thing is, the second thing on the list is has like a 5-page description.
That's a lot of description.
And let's see, there would be over here.
We could go to
Where?
the church. Find
No.
That didn't end well.
So there's no giant thing on the map
Yep.
that takes up like the entire thing. Because we have 2 characters that are in the tavern.
I feel like that's appropriate. That's where we would be.
Yeah, I believe it. I still want to sing to drunk people.
Add in some ale. Yep. I'm drinking the worst whiskey in the
Attack
world.
is the 50-foot elf.
No, that wasn't the 50-foot elf. That was the 500-foot elf.
Well, this isn't like sort of medieval-ish, so the foot wouldn't have been standardized yet. So anyway,
And now we have a similarly sized dwarf.
Oh yeah. We can send you some better proportioned icons for ourselves if you would like.
Maybe for next time.
Well, the problem is this map is not set up like every other map we've run into so far. So,
It's just a map being done.
yeah.
but yeah. So
Can
Ismark,
we
Irena.
still throw a giant dwarf? Does that still work?
So Ismark says that he will head to the Burgomaster's mansion. You guys safely saw him and his sister to where they need to go. He takes out a small purse and he says, I consider our transaction complete. However, if Vallaki is not as safe as we were promised, can we look for you at I do believe it is the Blue Water Inn. Let me double check really quick. Yes, the Blue Water Inn. Can we look for you at the Blue Water Inn if that is needed? Where we might have to re-engage your services.
That should be fine.
Will be available.
Okay. Ismark hands the purse to him, and him and Irena walk off into the town.
All right. See if we can head to the end.
Okay. Him, do you want to check?
Stormhunter would like to crane his neck over him's shoulder after Ismark is out of view. With
I would also
expectant
like
look.
Yeah, I would like to receive some money, please.
Stormhunter, well, assumes he'll end up carrying it. He's just wondering how much it is.
Oh, him.
Ooh, I
hands
would like
the
my
bag-
share.
Him hands the bag to Stormhunter without looking into it.
Okay.
All right, Stormhunter doesn't
I-
count, but he's just feeling it. How much does it feel like it might weigh?
Make a perception check. 19.
Oh, that's critical for me, remember?
That's only if you're attacking.
Oh, come on.
It's a critical perception. Critical exceed it.
You think it's probably between about 75 and 100 gold pieces?
If you don't mind, I would take my cut now.
Now is not the time. We are not in a location to do
Yeah,
this
we
safely.
really shouldn't do that in the middle of town.
Oh, you're not even in the
Oh,
middle
we're
of
outside?
town. You're standing just inside the gates.
I
Like
thought
the
you said that we walked those people to that area.
no, they walked off. Once
They
you
locked us inside, and that was it.
they were safely inside the walls of the town, Ismark considered your job to be done.
Oh, I thought you said we walked him to somebody's house.
No, he is walking to the burgomaster's house.
Okay, does this seem like a good place to divide this up?
Mm,
Better
there,
here than like in a tavern or in front of anyone.
there are 2 guards, like 5 feet away.
Yeah, that's safe.
All right,
Unless they think
Bryn,
we're
can you carry this?
Wait, who?
Bryn?
Sure, I'll carry the money.
No, I'm asking if you can carry your share.
It
Without
would
being
encumber
encumbered.
it would encumber you.
That's stupid.
So you can. Everybody else is having me carry their stuff. But if you would like your share, just know that you'll be encumbered.
Would you carry my crowbar?
I already have one.
Can I get rid of mine? Just like throw it in a bush?
Throw it in the lake.
Yeah.
Fuck this crow. Right.
You can. There's nothing stopping you.
Don't you need it for like your thief stuff? Rogue?
Like stealing
I haven't
without-
needed it so far.
So crowbars are generally used to give advantage on strength checks to open things.
like
You
crap.
have one, and we're all friends. I just want my money.
All
Not
right.
that I'm gonna ditch you guys. You guys are the nicest friends I've had in a while.
It
I
all
think-
sounds suspicious.
Anyone would fit that
Is there any
bill.
way to make this not sound suspicious?
Not really.
No, give me
Please
my
give
money
me my
now.
money.
Sounds.
I would like my money. Please.
You can put it in that stolen wooden box.
You sound like a very assertive sex worker.
No, I returned the box. I just looked at it and returned it.
Oh, okay.
You still
I
have
was
one of the
already upset.
garnets.
Can I have the box?
So
I actually have all of them off. I
Hunter
guess
is
I still took
turning
those.
us back to the gate and is counting out the money to then divide it by 4.
Yeah, it'd be 20 gold to each person. There's 80
20
gold.
to each person. All right, he's offering it out to everybody.
Would that
Thank
encumber me? No.
You're already encumbered, so
You're already
I know.
encumbered.
You
it's
know,
not going to make it any worse.
Storm Hunter can. I trust Storm Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
We trust Stormhunter with these supplies.
70 and 91. Okay. So I had 31 already. Plus 60, so 91. Okay.
Okay.
I would like to go to the tavern now.
Okay. So I assume you guys just walk along this road here?
Yep, we'll just follow the main street.
Okay.
Unless something weird happens. Like
What
some
do we
old woman
see?
with pies.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't knock them till you try them. I'm
Hey
going
guys,
back
look,
to
I
that
found a
window.
smiley face.
What?
Found a smiley face? What?
Oh,
Right there.
that. Yes. Yes,
Look
you
out! I think that means the smiley face killer is here.
Oh yeah.
This one looks really surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, making our way down the main road.
Yeah. How does the town look? Is it like?
It looks surprised. We just talked about that.
Just a second.
Aw, that's Sounds like Master's exasperated.
Yeah, Worm's gonna kill us.
He hasn't got his PPK.
face, guys. I'm looking for a winky one.
This one kind of looks like a winky duck.
Oh yeah, it does.
Well, you know, Choose
Okay.
Goose has the best gear in town. And our cat purred really loudly, so he is either an Adventure Time fan or totally agreed with that.
Totally.
D all of the above.
We are happy cat.
Okay.
Alright, so we're making our way to the tavern?
Yep. And someone asked me, what are you guys seeing? And I just remembered I didn't look.
Whoops.
So...
We're obviously taking the hobbits to Isengard.
No, you've already taken them.
Yeah.
They were very tall hobbits.
They were human-sized.
Bitchy hobbits.
So, before the podcast, I was furiously gardening, and this might amuse you guys, but because of that, sitting for a prolonged period of time and eating ice cream, I'm practically crippled when I stood up to go back into the kitchen to put the ice cream away.
You let all your muscles
valid.
settle.
You're
Yeah.
valid.
She was gardening for a good almost
3
2 hours.
hours.
Was it 3 hours? Oh man, it was long.
Have you seen that chart that's gone online of like the different gardening tools that you use, what muscle groups they are for the full gardening workout?
Huh,
No, but I need that.
that sounds awesome.
I have made my gardening workouts significantly less physically intensive since acquiring a large boyfriend, because I am small and he digs big holes real fast.
My large husband does not like dirt or water.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
he
What kind of
showers. I don't
husband
want to
is
make
that?
it sound like he doesn't clean.
as you guys get here, you notice off to your left a large stockyard. This large stockyard has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above the front gate reads Ararask Stockyard. Parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon. So that is going to
Oh,
be
no.
down here.
Not carnies. Small
I like
hands,
carnies.
Smell of
smell
cabbage.
Faded lettering on its side spell out the words Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. A heavy padlock secures the back door.
Oh, too bad somebody got rid of their crowbar.
We have 2 crowbars. We didn't need 2. So I hucked it in a bush so I could carry money.
So do you guys want to investigate this stockyard, or would you like to
Can
just
I
keep
see?
going?
And then go investigate.
Sure.
Really?
Does it look like it's just closed for the night or like permanently?
Probably the night. Okay.
Oh, which reminds me, what time of the day is it currently?
This is evening.
Evening. Okay, good.
Like it's falling to dark rather quickly.
Got it.
We shouldn't spend too long here. We should find a place to stay for the evening.
One never knows what evil lurks at the night.
So, Mr. Sneak, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to investigate?
If this carnival is nefarious, I don't know.
So you want to go up to the carnival wagon and check that out?
Yes.
Okay. So as you get close to it, yeah, right about there.
Watching him do whatever this is.
As of right now, yes.
I'm
Rogue
making clear
thinks.
that I'm not standing watch for him. I'm just happen to be standing here.
I'm sure the guards will see it that way.
Yeah, that's my worry.
As you get close to the wagon, it suddenly lurches, as though something big has thrown itself against the inside wall. You hear the cracking of wood, the scraping of metal, and the snarl of something inhuman. Upon closer inspection, you see that the sides of the wagon are splattered with dry blood. You also see an inscription on the wagon's doorframe that reads, "I bring you from shadow into light."
So I'm gonna like backpedal away sneakily and tell them that something's fucked over there. I don't want any part of that bullshit. Let's go.
Running away sneakily.
That happy face is not so happy now,
The
motherfucker.
happy face is not a happy face.
Where have I seen that inscription before? I feel like we've encountered that in game once before.
Not in this game.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Gamer brain.
If only we had a priest of light that could translate.
A priest of the Morning Lord? Yeah, that'd be amazing right about now.
That guy, what's the word? Died.
I
Yeah.
feel so bad about that.
Too bad I can't handle spirits. He'd be so pissed. You again. Can't you even leave me in my unlife?
So,
Life.
there is something else that you noticed as you were backpedaling. This building right there is an uninviting shop that is 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door.
If it's uninviting, I don't want to check that out.
All of the window shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment.
Still there's gods?
Maybe it's the Undertaker.
I want to go to the tavern. Drunk people are happier than this bullshit.
There might be good music.
Okay.
Continuing down the path.
You guys don't really encounter anything else the rest of the way.
What's that round building?
Which round building?
The one that we just went past by the fenced-in area.
Just a round building.
Okay.
It's a silo, I
It,
bet.
it kind of looks like what you call?
Together, they kind of look like robot eyes.
Oh my
That's weird.
goodness.
I
Oh,
was
and then
thinking
wait,
it
we got
sounds
little
like a
ears up
crypt.
here. We have an ear and an ear, and then we have a big nose that goes all the way down here.
I'm not seeing this one.
Was that
Cha-cha-cha.
fence just a fenced-in area, or was that something?
It is
specific?
not labeled on my map.
Okay, so nothing specific. Cool enough.
So,
Like I'm offending our chat box.
That's me. That's me in the chat. It's me.
Who?
Padfoot is me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna ask how I changed that on Roll20, but whatever.
To the end.
so as you guys reach the inn, gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
Sounds like the place.
I pointed at the ravens.
Him blinks.
Do you speak their language? Can you understand what they're saying?
Him shakes his head.
Oh. Oh, dude. Sorry, him.
You don't get that as one of your languages?
Nope.
Don't be racist.
What the crap?
Don't be bird racist.
Don't be Just-
Meow.
I would like to climb the roof and animal handle the ravens.
That sounds dirty.
I think it's illegal. Oh my gosh.
I would like to do that if it's not too late.
You would like to what?
Climb onto the roof and animal handle the birds. Become friends with the birds. I want to become the bird king.
Okay, that would be a athletics check to try and climb the roof.
You don't think that would be performance? I think.
To climb to the roof, no.
Climb the roof acrobatically.
Cirque du
No.
Soleil!
Aw.
Oh, the chat's really funny right now. I'm sorry.
When Twitch is rerun, do the chat stay? Does
No.
it replay?
Oh no. The future will miss this beautiful chat.
Okay, so 15. That is enough to get you to the second story. So you are hanging out. Ow. Like right here.
So, Nyx said Tome equals Raven Queen Cleric, which equals Raven Whisperer, and Ryan said Raven Queen Whisperer. They can only whisper to the Raven Queen. I'm like,
So if I'm hanging out, can I finish climbing?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
For someone who has a 0 in athletics, you do really well with that skill. Just
I was hoping the whole time that you would let me use acrobatics to climb things, but you haven't, and so this is out of spite.
you've done well every single time, so
Can I animal handle the birds now?
what exactly do you want to do?
Birds.
Pet
why
the
do you wanna
birds?
handle these birds?
I want to pet them.
Dirty! Break into a Christina Aguilera song.
Let's please not have heavy petting going on.
Not like that. I just want to gently pat the birds. Can I feed them some of my rations to get advantage on animal handling?
You don't have any rations.
Yes, I do.
We
Oh,
just
have
spent,
you?
Like 3 days on the road.
I have two remaining days of ration.
Okay.
He's being
Let's see.
rational about his rations.
I have five. I actually have 5 because you never made me get rid of any. I should only have 2 though.
Well, so between the three of you that have rations, you have to figure out how you guys spent 8 rations, because Nosy doesn't have any.
Uh-huh.
If I gave Nosi one of my rations for a day, I would still have 1 remaining ration, and then I could use it to get an advantage, if you'll allow it, on animal handling the birds.
You can't rain all the time. That's
And you just want to pet them?
I want to pet them and like befriend one. Or multiple.
You're not a druid.
I just want to pet a bird. I can do whatever I want to be. Don't tell me what I am. Don't class shame me.
Oh boy.
I am looking up what you can actually do with animal handling, because it's not a lot.
I mean, the one advantageous thing I can think is like that little girl in New England who was feeding all of the birds and then they brought her presents.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even want anything advantageous. I just want to pet the bird and then have it follow me around and do nothing useful but just be my friend. There's no statistical purpose to this. I just
Okay.
want it.
Roll
Real life. That-
roll animal handling. I think I know exactly what's going to happen. Okay.
Nyx, animal handling is not a useless skill. It's come in handy in other games I've played.
It's not as useful as my performance, though, Nix. You're kind of right.
I had a game where there was a gnoll who wound up with a pet
Kobold.
cobalt. Yeah, it counted as animal handling.
Okay, so as you pull yourself up onto this rather steep roof, you end up sitting on, this wooden part that's the top of the roof. And there were about 4 or 5 birds there. Most of them flew off to over here. And the last one stayed right here perched on top of a weather vane.
Can I feed it?
Yeah. It looks at you inquisitively.
Hello, bird friend. I would like to feed you, and then you should come with me and be my friend. You'll be like a miniature him. It'll be great. I'll put a little cloak on you and everything.
Roll another animal handling real quick.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
As you say, and you shall come with me, you swear the raven shakes its head.
Bird friend, please. I will feed you every day. You will never have to scavenge for anything, and I'll give you little scritches and help you groom your feathers, and we'll be best friends.
Point of clarification here. What is a scritch?
It's like a scratch, but very gentle and affectionate. Scritch.
It's not a gift.
No, quite not.
Quite not that.
That would not be good for size reasons.
Can I persuade the raven to be my friend?
No, this would still be animal handling.
Chat says use persuasion.
Use performance. Pretend you're a raven.
Oh God! Don't give me any ideas.
So the raven does take a little bit of the food you offer and goes back on top of the weather vane and
Then poops on you.
make a third animal handling check.
Come on, little bird friend. It's gonna be great. I promise. I'll be really nice to you.
I think the little bird's gonna need a little more foreplay before it commits itself to you.
Okay.
Yeah, hell no.
So you don't notice anything happen.
Nix has a recipe recommendation in the chat over here. Worm, I don't know if you saw, but somebody said earlier that in the playback you can have the chat pop up over
Oh,
the
awesome.
screen.
That would be great. Okay, so after I assume Nick, you just keep trying to get the bird to be your friend, and you keep.
I will spend all day up here if necessary.
Okay. So after about.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay.
Good luck getting to town.
About 5 minutes later, all of the ravens fly away.
Crap. Damn it.
Well, it's nighttime, right?
It's getting
Probably
there.
going to roost.
Quite possibly. So, what are the three of you guys doing in this, 10 minutes?
Being
Well, Gone
exasperated.
inside. Watched him for a couple and then went inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that raven handling weirdo gives me fleas, I'm gonna be so angry.
Him nods.
Bed bugs.
Okay, so, as you guys enter the tap room,
Do they have microbrews?
No, they have
Man, a
mostly
growler is
wine.
one of the things I'm not carrying.
Damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs, with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall, under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the wall, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques. There is definitely something that you guys notice before anything else. And that is, there is an elf and a dwarf sitting at the table closest to the door who look nothing like anyone in this area that you've seen yet. They look like you would expect adventurers to look. And Pegasus and Nerd, why don't you guys take a moment to introduce your characters?
Sure. So, you see an Eladrian elf who's wearing pretty rough clothing. They're pretty tattered and worn and stained and dirty. Looks like doesn't really put a ton of effort into her appearance, her makeup. Let's say she put it on a couple days ago. Still holding up, maybe. She has long black hair with some red streaks kind of through it. A scar on kind of one side of her face going down into her neck. Her long ears are pierced in multiple places. And her eyes are two different colors. One of them is a really deep green. The other one is almost completely icy green. Her name is Maya.
And you see a hill dwarf, simply dressed in kind of bands of fabric and chains, gray eyes, rosy, ruddy complexion, auburn hair. Pretty short even for a dwarf. She's 4'2", and she looks pretty rough and tumble.
Dwarfy.
Okay.
People in the room besides the bartender?
No, there are other people throughout the room, though it looks like none of them are on the right layer. So I'm seeing a full room.
Well, other people are seeing like
Yeah,
horses and stuff.
I see
We
blackness.
have black.
Oh, no.
Ow. I
Well,
forgot
what's
to
it
give you
called?
guys.
Send in the clothes.
I forgot to mark on your guys' tokens that you have sight.
Oh,
Whoops.
thank you.
You should be able to see now.
Oh, there it is.
Yay for no longer being blind.
Okay, so what would the party like to do?
Let's see if they have rooms for the evening. Was there like obviously an inn on the top floor kind of thing?
Yes.
Him will walk up to the pair that looks rather out of place
Okay.
and pull his hood down, and you both see a black bird the size of a human. A very small human, but relatively small.
Traveling with a cat.
And in the voice of a very old man, he says, "Hail, travelers."
Maya
Work
looks
on
up
that old man voice.
and kind of takes you in for a moment and looks you up and down and responds, "Hello, you don't look like you belong here." And I mean that in truly the most, like, complimentary way.
Him nods. Yes, we are travelers as well.
Stormhunter says, "What brought you to Vallaki?"
You know, that is a really good question. We're not really sure how we got here. We just kind
We
of...
weren't coming here. We just somehow ended up here.
You guys went to sleep in a forest during your travels one night, on a foggy night, and the next morning you woke up in the woods not too far away from Vallaki. And
Yeah.
you've just kind of been hanging out ever since because you're not really sure what's going on.
Similar thing happened to us. We woke up near Barovia, which is a town south of here.
Full of incredibly pleasant people.
Barovia would be
sure.
southeast.
That is called sarcasm, friends. She uses it often.
Noted. Well, I'm Maya.
And I'm Pip.
Pleasure to meet you.
Stormhunter.
And him begins singing the song in the link that I just posted.
Oh my
in the
god, it's
chat.
gonna go on for like 5
He says-
minutes. My name is Tone.
In the time it takes for him to introduce himself, can I come down from the roof
Yes.
and enter the tavern?
Yes.
I'm like, it's a beautiful song, but my name is Tome of Secrets.
Interesting.
And then a drow walks in.
You should roll perform.
Who, me?
No, the drow.
Oh.
Like grand entrance.
Oh, right.
My name is Bren, fair ladies. How can I make your acquaintance?
I very hesitantly kind of eyeing the drow. Give a nod, politely, but, you know, reserved. Hello?
Hi.
Is mostly harmless.
Mostly.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Come on, dear. We don't bite unless you want us to.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god.
Gotta be in character.
Who's the flirting one? Sorry.
The drow, Bren.
Alright.
Okay, so Storm Hunter. Should we get rooms for the night while they're getting acquainted?
Stormhunter rolls his eyes deeper than the ocean.
Wow, Count Olaf is at the bar.
Yeah.
The two of you who have been here do know who the person at the bar is. He is a bard named Rictavio.
Ooh, I got some performance competition.
Oh, no, not a bard.
That's the person who owned the yard.
Oh, yeah.
That's the person who owns what?
This is what he looks like.
It doesn't
Oh.
It's Count Olaf.
What school of bardism is he in?
He's a carny.
This looks very, like, steampunk Victorian, sort of.
I like his winkle pickers.
I definitely call him
what?
Ricky.
That's what those shoes are called.
Okay.
Those super pointy shoes in the goth community, the actual name for that is a winkle picker.
Okay. The more you know. Tome, you do walk right next to him because he is in conversation with the woman behind the bar, who introduces herself as Danica. And you inquire about a room?
Yes, I was hoping that him, or not him, Stormhunter would come with me since Stormhunter has the money.
Stormhunter's coming. Excuse me,
Okay.
travelers. We must see about lodging for the night.
May I also?
What was that?
You cut out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
May I also join the conversation so that I can make the offer of like, can I perform and get food and lodging?
You want to stop flirting for that? All right.
I'm going to say that this happens while you're flirting, but you can bring that up later. Because Tome did say that's the first thing she's doing upon entering.
Oh yeah, she's valid.
Tome is. Oh, okay, yeah.
So Danica looks at Tome and says, "How many beds are you going to be needing?"
I like look back at the drow for a second. 4.
She thinks for a second and says, we have a small common room that has 4 empty beds.
That sounds perfect. And what are your rates?
For all 4 of you, let's do 2 gold a night.
That seems steep.
No, not really.
Part of this conversation,
Not
but-
really. All right. And I look at
So-
Stormhunter.
Stormhunter hands her 6 gold and says that the drow will be picking up his own tab.
Oh no, I thought she said 2 gold for all 4 of us per night.
Yes.
Yeah, but we gave Bryn's money. Bryn has money.
Right, I thought it was 2 gold for all of us, not for...
Oh, is it all of us or each?
It's 5 silver per person.
Right,
5
so
silver per person?
2 gold
Okay.
for all of us.
So I will give her 15 silver for us and say that the drow is picking up his own tab.
Hey,
She kind of cocks her head at that and goes, "Very well. 3 beds it is." And,
And I order a drink. I need a drink.
okay, so this place does have drinks. But I need to find where in the book it says which drinks there are.
I thought you said earlier they only had wine.
Yes. Okay, so they have the purple grape mash number 3 for 3 copper per pint. Or they have you can get a pint of the superior Red Dragon Crush wine for a silver a night.
We are definitely drinking the cheapest shit.
The purple grape mash number 3.
Yep.
Grapey.
Slightly fermented Kool-Aid.
We got paid a lot of gold for that job. I'm not saying that out loud. I'm just thinking.
There are 10 silver. Are there 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold, and 5 silver to an electrum?
Okay, I just needed the copper to silver. Did you say 10?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna break a couple coppers down. So I'm gonna put 28 silver and 20 copper.
Okay.
Can I bake exchange my own? Is this okay here?
Danica will do any exchanges that you need.
Okay.
Hey, Nosi. Do you see the lullaby?
I knew I hate Big Bang Theory. I'm sorry.
To be fair, that song does predate The Big Bang Theory.
I know, I love that song. I just
Ruined it.
As they
Yeah.
I love Big Bang Theory.
When I'm done sarcastically flirting to mask my insecurities, can I ask about performing to the room and board?
Oh, beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Sure. So, the Storm Hunter,
Yes.
what wine do you buy for your companions?
Whatever wine they order.
Okay.
I want the better wine, not the one that will make me go blind.
The Red Dragon Crush?
Yes, please don't get me the one that has antifreeze in it. I'm a cat. My kidneys will not be good.
No Pruno. No Pruno.
There are
I'll
there's
order
no
3 of
antifreeze.
those.
Okay, it'll be 3 silver for a pint. Oh, for 3 pints of it.
Okay, God.
They come in pints? I'm sorry, I'm all pop
They-
culture references.
They do come in pints. They only come in pints.
You're just lucky I got the musical numbers out of my system early in the day.
I'm not. Well, I didn't. Popping
Oh, dear.
into all the little music ones. I'm not really sure nerd culture qualifies as pop culture, but geek chic is onslaughting. So maybe that'll count as pop culture.
You mean we didn't take over? I thought we did.
Do we get a memo when we win?
No.
How is this disseminated?
I assume, though, that you rejoin the 2 ladies at the table that you were talking to?
As long as the drow's done flirting.
For the moment, he is.
All right, then we'll return.
So,
Okay, so we're gonna
where are you
cut-
originally from?
cut to Bren for a second.
Oh dear.
Bren, what would you like to do?
I'd like to do that thing from my background where if I perform, I can have free room and board.
Okay.
Please
like
let him
you
have
nothing.
a dance off. Please let him have a dance off. Please.
With whom? Who am I dancing off with?
The bard.
The bard
I
Who's
wanna perform.
standing right next to you.
I didn't say that to him. I said that out of character. But if it comes to it, fuck that guy. I'm gonna be better.
So Danica looks at you, and then she looks over to Rictavio, and apparently out of nowhere, Rictavio pulls out a violin.
Oh. I also have a vial.
Well, that's bigger.
Oh, he did it. Oh, he just whipped it out. He was like, mine's
Let's
bigger
go.
than yours. Right
Let's
on your
bard
forehead.
Oh dear.
Okay, so the rogue is going to face down against a bard.
Yeah.
Rogue, go first.
I'm going first.
I'm gonna love it. This is a critical fail after all the smack you've been talking.
Listen, I'm ready. Performance, don't fail me now.
9.
Can I also add acrobatics?
Oh, damn. You should have kept the crowbar for advantage on trying to pry this bitch open.
Let's see what Rictavio gets. A 22.
God damn it.
So, yeah, why don't you roll a acrobatics real quick.
I want to use acrobatics to show up this old bitch. Fuck!
My God.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
So, you play
Aggressively awful.
fair, you play decently well, and then you start bringing in your whole acrobatics regime, and partway
Yeah,
through,
Fuck this so bad.
you stumble and crack your viol.
I
And-
am getting rid of it. I am leaving in shame, and I'm going to sleep on the roof with the birds.
I
And
am no longer laughing because that is just depressing to watch.
and as this is happening, Rictavio is just playing this technically hard as hell, beautiful song. But as soon as you stop, his bow just disappears again. And he bows, looking like a very graceful winner.
Well,
That's
at
not
least
the
he's not
devil.
I will appreciate his grace, but I am sleeping on the roof with the birds. Goodbye.
Okay.
Oh, honey.
Oh, that was just sad. I've never. Wow.
I found Viol Music Repair. Yale has one in their music department.
I
What
say
is-
to our
what
new
is a
companions,
deal?
that is the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's also the most depressing thing that's ever happened to me this game, so...
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and allow that message because I don't see why it withheld it. But... Oh, because it's a swear word? Are we not swearing in chat? I
we're
thought I already
supposed
swore
to
in
be
chat.
able to.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it.
Okay. So the thing with chat is I have a bot that's been moderating this whole time, and the problem with the bot is it has 5 settings that go from absolutely no filtering at all, regardless of anything, to the most puritanical that you can think of in 5 settings. So
What setting did you put us on? 2, 3, 4?
I think it's like the second loosest.
Wow, it's still pretty limited. That's okay. We'll fix that as it goes.
Yeah, we'll teach it to swear like we did with that poor AI teenage girl on Twitter.
Okay, so
I won't let that one go through. Alright, well.
Just put it
What-
in using it, it's fine.
how do you guys react to Bryn angrily storming out?
It
Tom
wasn't
says-
angry, it was just sad.
Tom says, "Wow, that was the most depressing thing I've ever seen," and then she laughs a little, and she's like, "Shit, one of us should go check on him."
Does that happen to flirty guy often?
No.
So here's the thing: elves feel emotions much stronger than non-elves.
True.
Oh. So somebody really should go check the roof.
That got dark so fast.
I'm looking at him.
PM, put me on the roof.
Sure.
I'm sorry. We have to go check on them.
And we'll get up and help.
Are you on the roof?
Are we all going? Ugh.
Reyna would like you to do a flip on your way down.
Aye.
Well, that sure was an interesting bunch. I kind of want to see what happens. You want to follow him? Yeah, let's do it. All right.
I kind of want to see what happens. Oh, Storm Hunter will get out of the way. Far be it for
Oh, sorry.
me to stand in the way of curious minds.
You mean rubberneckers?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, there's stairs, so we don't have to like ascend. Like scale the building Spider-Man style.
Well, you kind of do. 'cause I'm
So,
sitting
fun
on the
thing.
roof.
You guys see that dashed line around you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is actually under the second story.
Edge of the roof. Got
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah,
Alright,
those stairs
well,
don't go to the roof.
Storm. Well, can Can I push somebody up on the roof from these stairs?
It's another story up.
Wait, him? You can't fly.
No.
Him just kind of looks at her and
It's the
frowns as much as someone with a beak can.
No, that wasn't in character.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry, that was out of character.
Hey, moderator, let me call Reno an ignorant slut in the chat.
Huh?
Oh, look at that.
What is going on?
WaywornWyrm deleted block term ignorant slut.
I did not.
Oh, that lets me speak on your behalf.
Thanks.
I have not touched any moderation stuff other than setting that bot.
DM, how far up is the roof?
It's a 2-story building.
So, like 50 feet? 30? How far?
It'd be about 25.
Okay.
Because the stories are about 12 feet.
How far in is the drow? Friend.
I'm
Nick?
chilling on the edge.
On the
You're
edge?
still on the
Okay.
Alright, I send up, I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Send a hand up, which, like, awkwardly pats your shoulder.
I'm going to move further in on the roof so that you stop doing that.
Bryn! Bryn!
No.
Bryn! You left your alcohol!
Britton didn't order alcohol.
I'm here now. This is where I am. This is where I will stay. I will not be moved.
What if it rains?
Fuck the rain.
Bryn aches with the sorrow.
There's gotta be something I can do. Let's see. Spare the dying? No.
Spare the dead feelings.
Don't you magic me. Just let me work through my emotions, okay? I'll rejoin you guys later. Continue playing.
Let's see. What religious wisdom can I pull out of my ass?
Do you need a security eye patch to re-enter disguised?
I just look
my.
at Stormhunter and I'm like, you're really trying to get rid of that eye patch. Does it weigh a lot?
Stormhunter is offering his solutions that... Oh, it's not -1. Oh, 0 intelligence will get you.
Bryn? Seriously, it's a cool eye patch. Chicks dig eye patches.
I don't care about ladies. I just flirt to hide my insecurities and my homosexuality.
Well, you know, everybody has something.
The eye patch may help with that.
Stormhunter!
Dudes love eye patches?
Yeah, actually. Well,
Also, all
Out
of
of
this is out of character
character.
because I'm sitting on the roof ignoring all of you.
well, out of character. If anime has taught me everything, a guy with an eye patch just makes it 10 times that sexier.
If anime taught me anything.
If anime taught me anything. Or otome games. There's a lot of otome games that I play. Never mind. So, Bryn, seriously, I'm gonna use persuasion and try
Okay.
to persuade Bryn to come down safely.
8.
No.
Nope.
Sorry, I tried.
Him is going to try and remember a particularly uplifting speech that his old master gave him to try and convince him to come down.
Okay, that'd be persuasion.
Do old man voice though.
Yeah. Bryn,
I'm gonna
there
come
is
down,
a...
but I'm I'm persuaded more by the fact that you guys are trying this hard and care about me than anything else.
But I want to hear the
Storm
speech.
Hunter is going to start performing his poetry. That is a connection towards Bryn
Okay. Roll performance.
with my -1.
Vogon poetry. Take 2.
Vogon poetry.
It is better than the music Bryn was playing.
Oh.
Oh, that makes it worse.
I imagine it's like some American Pie equivalent of like the equivalent of like wet dreams or like having the sex talk with parents.
I look at the ladies who followed us out, and I'm all like, "Do me a favor, flirt with Bryn for a minute. I'm so sorry."
I think I can. Yeah, I can do that.
No, I'm coming down. I'm coming down. Not necessary.
Not
The
necessary.
sarcastic flirting might not be reciprocated, and it's better that way.
Hey, Bryn, make an athletics check.
Oh, God.
Please don't fall.
Aw.
Please, Storm Hunter, catch Bryn.
Storm Hunter is readied to catch.
Make an acrobatics check, please.
Storm Hunter or
That'd be Bryn.
Oh,
Great.
crap.
Not my day.
Did you do a flip?
Half a flip.
Oh.
So as you were,
Storm Hunter endeavors to catch Bryn.
you got about halfway down when you slipped, and you tried to catch yourself, and you didn't. And as you tried to make a soft landing, you actually managed to make it worse. Please take 5 points of damage.
Oh.
I
Great.
can't catch him.
You're very far away from him. He's over here.
Yeah.
You're over here.
Sorry, Bryn.
It's fine.
So, Bryn,
Just the way this is gone.
you ended up belly flopping onto the ground.
Great.
What would you like
I'm
to
just
do?
gonna stay there.
Him will walk over and help him up.
In all,
know, I'm
all
staying
stern
there.
seriousness, Storm Hunter whispers to Bryn, I still have that eye patch if you change your mind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there on the ground. Seems like the thing to do.
Aw, I feel bad for you.
I feel bad for me too.
No, I mean, like, I actually feel bad for you.
Thanks.
Let me see. What?
But you'll probably feel better if we get you drunk.
Maybe.
Doesn't alcohol fix everything?
That's weird. I figured the Martikovs would have things. So I could show you guys. Oh wait, there's one of them. There's one Martikov who has a handout, which is
Nyx is
weird.
offering helpful suggestions to help Bryn feel better. Such as, isn't petting animals supposed to help with sadness? No, see, let her pet you.
Nyx, if this was about the birds initially and you tried to save it, you're a jerk.
Bren, would it make you feel better?
Nope.
If I let you pet me?
No thanks, Mom.
Mom! Oh my god. Were
You
you
saved me
raised
from
by
death one
Vallaki?
time, you're my mom now.
Were you raised by Tabaxis? Anywho, never mind. I just embarrassed myself. Hi, him. You should sing your name again.
Him kind of blinks at her.
Maya leans over to Pip and whispers, "That's not how drow were described to me growing up." Right?
Well, at least I'm not scary anymore. I'm just pathetic.
Yeah, all the fear of drow that was hammered into me as a child has been totally negated.
I'm glad I could help you overcome your racism with my stupidity.
To be fair, Bryn, you probably have a matching opposite
Yeah, you
racism.
probably feel about the same way.
So a young child comes out of the inn and
Not a
slowly
young child. Oh, God.
walks up to you, Bryn, and pokes you in the back of the head.
What?
I'm gonna stand up and ask why.
As soon as you do, he runs back in the inn.
Thanks.
Oh my
Looks like you have
god.
a fan.
I hope it can
What was
hear.
that?
I am going to go,
Is this more flirting?
no, hopefully not. Please don't. I'm gonna try and do cartwheels to make myself feel better. If I can successfully do a cartwheel, I will stop being as depressed. Let's
Okay.
see how this goes.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh.
Yes.
11.
It's a cart. It's not that hard.
Ta-da! You cartwheel.
Makes me
Successfully.
feel better.
Him gives him a golf clap.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
I bow
You all
over
clap.
dramatically at him spray.
Pip is
Alright.
very impressed.
I need to go finish that glass of wine. Or pint of wine.
Pint of wine. Wow, that sounds wrong.
Yes. They sell wine by the pint.
Oh boy, that's when they know you're in trouble.
I think it's like the equivalent of the best box of wine money can buy.
Mm-hmm. You know, people who judge boxed wine just have never had it.
Okay.
I've never had it.
The black box is a good boxed wine.
I usually buy
Better than a wine cooler.
Trader Joe's wine. They have a whole line that has moon in the title, like blood moon and
I'm too
honey
young
moon
to
and-
drink. What?
Like, actually?
Huh?
Nick in real life is 19.
Like, genuinely, I am 19. I cannot drink alcohol.
In the United States legally.
Doesn't mean I haven't, but don't do drugs, kids.
The guitar player in our second band, Bella and the Witch Elm, is also 19, and it trips me out a little bit every time.
19 was a long time ago, guys.
Are there more people in here now than there were before? Also, can I see that child anywhere?
No.
Wait,
There
there's
are...
two stuffy guys and ascots now.
These people were there before. I just forgot to move them.
There, there.
Next
Pip's
to
gonna
see
quietly
for the child.
move her her wine. She's just gonna quietly shove it towards Bren.
Can I drink the wine in one go?
Sure.
I do that.
Okay.
I smile. This is kind of...
So, as you guys walk in, Rictavio is in the middle of regaling the tavern with a tale. And it is a very raucous tale. It is completely outrageous. You are unsure how this could have actually happened, but he swears up and down every word is true.
Well, sure. What else would a bard say?
This one time on the stagecoach, and there were 5 women.
No shit, there I was.
No shit, there I was. And
Oh,
they
no,
just-
he's
Can I insight check him?
sure.
He seems pretty masterful at all the things.
Oh,
AI
23
for
insight.
for the child.
Oh,
Sure, you can make a perception check. No, you do not see the child.
damnable children.
Maya,
Yes.
you are pretty sure that he's actually bullshitting, but all in good fun.
All right. I don't interrupt that. I just really wanted to know.
Yeah, like it's he's telling a story about a chariot race that went wrong in the streets of Waterdeep.
I look over at Maya and Pip, and I'm like, "Have you been here long? Do you know who that is?"
Yeah. We've been here a couple of days, and he does this pretty much every night.
We call him Tricky Ricky.
Tricky Ricky. Why is he called Tricky Ricky?
I mean, come on, listen to his tales. It's gotta be 99% bull.
Yeah, okay. I mean, who uses chariots anymore?
Him leans over to Waterdeep. The realms.
What?
The realms.
Our
Yes,
realms?
Waterdeep is not too far from Daggerford, where you guys are from.
Traveler.
Oh, wow. We need to talk to him.
So,
Can this be a long rest, and can I recover those 5 hit points I lost by dying outside?
a long rest is 8 hours. So you guys can go to sleep at some point, and yes. But keep in mind, you don't actually have a room yet.
You don't.
Meh. Do
Um,
I even need a bed if I don't need to sleep? Can I just, like, meditate? Because elves do that.
you don't technically need a bed. However, it's kind of like sleeping in a public place. Like, you can. It is physically possible.
It's just frowned on.
Think of this
And
as
would
den-
be it'd be socially unacceptable. Like you would feel weird about it.
When him and Tome sleep, can I just sit between their beds to meditate?
Well, here's the thing. They're sleeping in a common room.
Ah,
Yeah.
I guess I'll pay for a room.
Pay for a bed. Danica asks if you would like the last bed in the room with your fellows.
Sure.
Okay. So there is something that Maya and Pip would know. They would know that Rictavio has been here for about a month. And when he arrived, he was accompanied by a monkey named Piccolo. However, the monkey was not welcome at the inn, so he is staying with the local toy maker.
Aww. Piccolo.
I don't trust this Count Olaf looking bitch, but I like his monkey.
When he's done telling his story, I motioned for him to come over and join us, since he humiliated our...
Can I also buy another pint of wine and just drink it?
Yes.
obliterate myself in alcohol.
So, he sees you motion him over as he grabs something from Danica that he quickly spirits away. And he walks by the table and does that thing where, you know, you're all sitting at the table and a person walks up between two people to kind of join the conversation and claps them both on the back. And says,
Clapping. Me and whoever's next to me.
yeah, let's do Tome and him.
That's an awfully familiar greeting.
He says, I would love to stay and chat with you. However, I have pressing matters. I will be back later, however. Maybe we can make more acquaintance then.
I would love to speak with you because it sounds like you're from a very similar area as where we're from.
He cocks his head a little bit and does a sly smile and says, perhaps I am. But please, later, I really must be going for now. And he hurries out of the inn.
I look at him. Are you okay?
Him nods. Rather concerned.
Rather concerned? What are you concerned with?
Trust.
Don't worry. Him doesn't trust many people. Except for me.
Yeah?
Since we've been used, can we kind of have an impression on the overall trustworthiness of good old Ricky Tricky?
It's kind of hard because he tells his stories and how do I say this without bad connotations? He's taking advantage of Erwin Mardukov, who is Danica's husband. Danica and Erwin are the owners of the inn. He is taking advantage of their generosity. However, not in a bad way. Like, they're offering, and he's just accepting.
Sure. So
Um,
he's like a reasonable level of sketch, not a like terrible level of sketch.
He's a charlatan.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. He does leave twice a day, and he's only gone for a short time, like maybe half an hour, and he comes back. You do know that the carnival wagon in the stockyard does belong to him.
The creepy one?
Yep. But other than the 2 times that he leaves, he stays in the inn. And so, like, when you guys go to your room, you're going to have to take the outer staircase. Like, you're going to have to leave the tap room and walk outside and around and up the stairs. The room Rictavio has uses the inside staircase.
He has a fancy room.
I want to search Octavio's room because I don't trust him because I'm bitter.
Not to mention the bloody card with his name on it.
Okay,
Sketch.
make a constitution check for me.
What?
You're drinking.
Oh, shit.
Of course, that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Oh.
You are so drunk.
God.
This is a great idea. Someone, nobody stop me.
Make a stealth check at disadvantage and then take off another 3.
Oh,
Oh.
You're so sneaky.
someone
5.
Stop me, please.
This
Okay.
is like the equivalent of like somebody standing in front of you, like I'm invisible, you can't see me.
I just crouched down behind a chair and started to crawl away. Someone stop me.
So,
I look at the other party members and I'm like, is this typically what happens?
Him shakes his head.
This is the worst day I have ever had, just so y'all are aware.
Storm Hunter will grab the back of his shirt and hold him up, and maybe he'll start swimming like one of those little dogs when he's above water.
Wow. Okay.
okay.
I'm just gonna shush Storm Hunter fondly with a fingertip, and then kiss him, and then pass out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, Storm Hunter. How do you react to that?
Where did he kiss me?
On the mouth, bitch. And then I fell asleep.
Storm Hunter will smack his lips, say, I've had better, and place him gently on the floor.
What side down?
Just down, so I picked him by the back of the shirt, so it would be like tummy down.
Okay.
If you would like me to put him in the rescue Red Cross position,
Put me in the recovery
I
position.
I can do that.
Just put him on his side at least.
Recovery position.
It's probably for the best. I mean, he
All right,
just...
side, recovery position, so we won't choke on his own vomit.
I mean, he had like 1 1/3 pints of wine. So, of cheap wine.
Oh, this hangover's gonna be terrible.
I'm sure it has tannins.
Him pats Storm Hunter's shoulder. And then points upstairs.
Oh, well, if we're going like to bed and he bought a bed, then I will pick him up by the shirt and place him in his bed in the rescue position.
Okay.
I couldn't hear that.
Nosi, we're...
I'm muted again.
Okay.
Yep, I'm a horrible, horrible person. I'm gonna say that if you guys are going up, I'm gonna stay down here because Ricardo hasn't come back yet.
Him nods. We'll take him upstairs to rest. I'll be back.
So, by the way, as you guys get up to the second floor balcony, which would be just right up here, there is a description of it. So, this 20-foot long balcony provides a clear room view of the bar and has a wooden railing carved with raven motifs. The tap room's many lanterns illuminate the rafters and cast ominous shadows on the peaked ceiling. And remember when I said it was 25 feet?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more like 30 feet.
Quite a tall balcony.
So the balcony is like 15 feet above the floor.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Can you open your door and call the diabetic kitten to your room? He's chewing on my guitar and violin. And
Okay.
stop it. And I've sprayed him with air and water. All I have
Okay.
left is earth and fire, and I don't want to get to those elements.
And then the Fire Nation attack. You know, it's all because we had one veal that got damaged, so the kitten's like, here's another. Ah!
I'm pretty sure I can't
The
afford
kitten is trying to
the
be
Yale
immersive.
instrument repair shop.
How old is the kitten?
10 years.
Okay, I'm back. So the room that you guys are in, you guys can see it, right?
Is it the one to the south?
Yes, it's the one that Bryn is in.
Oh, okay. There we go.
4 plain beds with straw mattresses line the north wall of this well-lit room. Each bed comes with a matching footlocker to store clothing and other belongings. A table and 4 chairs occupy the corner across from the door. An oil lamp resting on the table casts a bright yellow flame.
All right. I'll make sure Brett is safely in his bed, and I will actually go ahead and heal, because I'm not sure if he's going to be able to actually rest, having passed out instead of sleeping. So
Yes,
I will
he
use
will.
my-
He will. This will count as a rest for him.
He'll still heal? Okay.
Yes.
Otherwise, I was going to use my lay on hands, but I guess I don't need to. Alright, and I'll, after he's settled in, we'll head back downstairs. Or
Okay.
I'll head back downstairs.
Stormhunter, will you join?
No, I will make sure he doesn't sleepwalk.
Okay.
Has he before?
I don't know. What do drunk drows do?
Sleep. Don't drink and drow.
Don't drink and drive.
Trap.
If we
Oh,
ever have
yes.
t-shirts, that should be one of them.
There's a lot of good t-shirt ideas going on in the chat this time.
My cabbages. Sorry.
Oh man, Don't Drink and Drow would be my David Bowie cover band.
Okay. So not too long after you guys get back down, Rictavio does re-enter the bar.
I'm there waiting.
Uh,
You have returned.
He smiles. Yes, I have. And he motions to one of the empty seats. May I?
Absolutely. Please join me.
Okay. He sits down.
Our own bard passed out. It was quite humorous. He missed the floor show.
Well, if the Drow's not gonna do anything, then I'm gonna go with Pete.
Okay. You're going to go back after a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are enough seats around that all 6 of you can sit. So, what is it that you would like? He asks with a smile.
I was just curious. What was the name of the town? Waterdeep?
Yes.
I was just curious how you knew about Waterdeep.
Quite obviously, because I've been there.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, several years. Maybe a decade.
Oh wow, and how long have you been in this town?
About a month, of course. I've been at this inn this whole time.
Oh wow. Are you originally from that area of Waterdeep?
No, I'm not originally from Waterdeep. Maybe you have seen, you came from, did I hear Barovia?
We did travel from there recently.
So you must have passed the stockyard. Maybe you saw my carnival wagon there?
Did we stop? Was that where we were? I look at him.
That's where I saw the shady shit.
Him nods.
Out.
Yeah, we did notice that. We were wondering. Yeah, that's right. We were wondering if a carnival had come to town.
At the moment, unfortunately, I am not so much of a carnival. I tell my stories and travel in my wagon. However, a lone ringmaster does not make a great carnival, as you may have imagined.
I can imagine. That has to be hard.
What of your monkey friend? I know they,
Nicola?
Danica wasn't gonna let you keep him here.
Oh, he's with Blinksy.
Cool.
Binksy.
Blakesy. Do you have more creatures with you?
Blinksy's the name of the toy maker
Oh.
who makes the toys for this whole area. In fact, the rest of the party, you have seen a doll that had a little tag on it with the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinksy." You saw that in the Death House.
God.
It's the doll that
The party now.
that Thorn held.
Super. That sounds fair.
Everything creepy here. Everything is creepy here.
Because you're in Ravenspaw.
What do you think's happening here? It's just a creepy toy maker.
No, the toy maker just makes toys, and one of his toys ended up in the hands of a ghost. The toy maker's not inherently creepy.
You don't know that. I haven't met this toy. He could be creepy.
You also haven't met the ghost.
Oh yeah. Truth be told. So, your Blinksy, that's really familiar. Did those ghost children have something that said that on there? Her voice actually goes up in pitch like she didn't want to remember the ghost house.
What are you talking about, ghost children? He has that smile that... You know that congenial smile that the person kind of like always has on, but now that you're saying things, the smile is still there, but the emotion attached to the smile is no longer. That's the smile on Rictavio's face right now.
Would you like a story?
Associating in front of it.
Would you like a story for your collection?
His face brightens back up. Of course, I'd love one.
So, as you can probably guess from my questions about Waterdeep, we're not from these parts. We
That
traveled
much
a
is
long
clear,
way.
Miss Tabaxi.
Full of surprises. The first town that we ran into was Barovia, and the first house that we ran into had two little children standing out front. And I look at Stormhunter, and I look at him.
And him says in the ghost's voice, Rose and Thorn.
Never do that one again.
What's down?
So, for those of you who didn't see the Death House episodes, not only do I encourage you to go watch them, they're the first 3 episodes, they're wonderful. However, the voice that him just used was that of like a 10-year-old girl. So, continue, guys.
Our names are Rose and Thorn.
Yes. So, the children needed some help, and we went into their house. and got trapped there for several days. Was it days? How long were we there?
I think it was like 3 days.
It was 3 or 4 days, yeah. How does one get trapped in a house for days?
Well, the house didn't let us leave. It's hard to explain. But once we were inside, we realized that we had a little bit of a problem because we couldn't find their parents anywhere. The house was completely empty. And the next thing we knew, we found the children on the top floor, and there was absolutely no way they could have gotten there. But they weren't living children. They were ghosts. And they kept saying to us, and I look at him, okay, you can do the voice.
What was it they said? I can't even remember now.
We can't leave the room. But we can't leave the room.
And that voice is coming out of him's mouth.
And
Or beak.
so then I look at Stormhunter and I'm like, why don't you continue the rest of the story?
Stormhunter?
Well, they were there.
We both got possessed, so it's a little murky at that point.
For a little while, and we found their cells and some.
Oh, and their baby brother?
Oh yeah, we found his baby brother, and turned out the baby brother was actually the child of the mistress / housekeeper / nanny.
By the way, you guys never found the little brother.
Oh, that's
we
right.
did.
Right, we found the empty
Which is
room.
The bundle.
The swaddling, yeah.
Yeah.
That was empty when you opened it up.
Yes.
And we found a lot of other things in that house. And we eventually freed the spirits of the children.
Well, that's
And-
quite good.
Then the house caught fire. And we had to escape.
I think the house was needed to consume us or something. They really did not want us to leave.
No, they
All
didn't.
for our
want us to
death.
leave.
What do you mean the house didn't want you to leave?
Well,
Did lots of things to keep us there.
Like
Yeah.
what?
The ritual. There was the ritual in the basement.
It blocked up windows and closed doorways. I think
It didn't close the doorways. The doors became scythes that swept back and forth.
that's right. They were the size.
who put size in doors? That's such a bad design.
It was kind of like the barn door where you pull. It's all fashioned now, but these were sharp with 90s. I feel like there was RUSs. ROUSs?
No, just a swarm of rats when we went
Unusual
to...
size? I don't think they exist.
There were rats.
There were normal-sized rats.
Oh, there were all those things that were crawling out of the wall too.
There were giant-sized centipedes.
Yeah, and it wasn't the mirror. What was the mimic?
The
Oh,
door.
God,
the
the
door
mimic.
mimic.
And some gas,
And the booby traps in the study, and the body we found in the trunk.
yeah. There was just a pretty eventful 3 days.
Oh,
Not
and
to
we
mention the
eventually met-
zombies.
Oh, and the nanny. We met the nanny.
Yes.
I wouldn't hire her.
Mm-mm. Worst nanny ever. I mean, God, all the children were dead.
So there was a... You mentioned something about a body in a chest?
That was actually the first thing that happened. We wound up in the parents' study and we found an extra room that contained a library of books and a chest. And in the chest, there was clearly somebody who had tripped the booby traps, and that was really nice of them to do that because then we didn't trip the booby traps.
There
But
was
they
an
were dead.
extra room?
There were lots
So
of
you-
rooms.
So you
So
had
you
been in
you
the house.
you No, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So you're in Okay. So there's a secret room. That's what you mean by extra room. Okay. And there's a library inside this extra room, so it must have been a big room?
Well, no, it was a small library. It was full of shelves of books. It was more like just a closet.
What kind of books?
What kind are you interested in?
I'm just trying to think of what kind of book would you store in a library that you keep behind a secret door?
You cut out.
It's okay on our end.
Am I
Yeah,
back?
could hear.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
I was the only one who couldn't hear you.
No, you cut out for me as well. But I'm passed out, so it doesn't matter as much.
Well,
Rictavio is just asking. He would like to know. He's just trying to get this story straight in his head. Like what kind of books do you put in a library behind a secret door?
At the mention of books behind a secret door in a library, Maya looked incredibly interested.
well, there were a lot of books about sorcery and
Maya?
magic. And
There are important words
pornography.
in the story, apparently. If you got interested. Like death house and door scythe.
Recall books.
Door
Yeah,
side.
what books.
We were looking at like real estate from properties, and one in Hawaii. One of the selling points was not covered in lava.
Oh.
Oh, it's just tasteless.
I
Oh,
was just seeing the Zillow posting for this house
No,
now.
I mean, it's not our fault. I mean, the person who posted that should have. Oh, that's just horrible.
Okay. So he's
Like
asking
saying this
about the
house is
books.
Yes.
So
Yes.
where did you say this death house full of books was again?
Really, you do not want to go visit. And I look at him. I'm like, I'm gonna keep making you make that voice. Actually, I find it quite entertaining.
Rose and thorn.
Him nods and kind of looks at the table, very just very lost in thought.
It's in Barovia.
It's boarded up now.
Maya pulls out a small, really tattered leather journal-looking kind of book and flips open and like jots something down inside of it.
So
There were books on magic in there, but there were also like pornographic scrolls and
So
Did you
no.
take any of
Yeah.
them?
Actually, I think we did keep a couple of books on alchemy.
And him suddenly just looks at the ceiling. The deed. The windmill.
Oh yeah.
The windmill.
Oh, fudge.
That wasn't the same fucking windmill, was it?
Oh my God, do we have the deed to the child pie windmill? Get the scroll. Get the scroll.
Do you own a windmill?
Are you serious? Is that the same windmill? It can't be the same windmill.
the windmill that you saw, now that you're thinking about it, does look like a more aged version of the picture of the windmill you saw in the house.
Oh,
please tell me I didn't
sweet.
eat a pie made of rose and
Want to
thorn.
go in a child pie factory?
Oh my god. So we'll actually have to go back to that windmill now. You guys know that, right?
Well, I wanted to anyway. I needed more pie.
Yeah, but I thought it was one of those adventure
Rose pie.
things that we say we'll do and then never do. Like go back to the crying house or, kill Ismark. It's just things that we say and then don't happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, then there was that crying house. Oh shit.
Nah,
We should
fuck
do
that
something
house.
about that.
You guys have had some really interesting travels. Tell me more.
We've had some really bad days.
Tell me more specifically about the books you
Oh
took.
god, not the books. She's a little obsessed, you guys.
I'm not obsessed. I like to gather information and
The house may be burned.
So just remember, you guys only took a single book from the house.
One
And
copy book.
I have that book, but I'm not going to offer books that I don't know what they are to people who I don't know that well.
you know what it is. It's a spell book.
Right? But I don't know what kind of spells. For all I know, I could be handing them the tome of how to banish Goliaths.
It's not. It's some wizard spell book that has normal wizard spells in it.
Stormhunter, do you have book we took?
Yeah, it's the yellow one in the bottom of my bag. Here, give me a moment. Asio yellow book. Okay.
Okay.
Akio. Akio, repair him.
You're summoning repairs?
Totally.
Yeah.
Akio repairman. I mean, how else are you gonna get him to show up in the middle of the day?
You're not.
Hey, when you get in like a time window between like 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., like that's my whole day, asshole. Now I have to be here at the house. Can't do shit. 'Cause as soon as you leave to like get a milkshake, they show up and then they're like, "Well, you weren't there." Like, bah.
The 2 seconds I was in the bathroom doesn't mean I'm not there.
Right.
So yeah, Stormhunter pulls out a yellow leather book.
Hands it to him.
And him kind of looks at it. And is it in a language that he recognizes?
You know that they're spells, but because you know that it's arcane magic rather than divine magic, and because you are not someone who casts arcane magic, you can't read it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll show it to... who was asking about it?
Maya.
Maya. Okay, him will slide closer to Maya and show her the book.
Maya, like, out of the tips of her ears are sprouting like bright pink flowers from excitement.
Weird.
And like very gingerly takes it from you and starts to very carefully look through it.
Okay. Let's see. I just have to find where in this book that book is so I can remember what spells are in it.
That was a while back.
Did you actually find it in the library? Did you find it elsewhere?
We did. We found it in the
Yeah.
room with the body in the trunk.
Yeah, was it in the trunk?
No, it was
Yeah,
in the
it was in the
basement.
gas.
It was the basement trunk.
Oh, was it?
With
Oh,
the
okay.
gas because I was going through the trunk while you guys were sleeping.
That's
That's
right. The
right.
deeds were in the body trunk.
Yes.
And then we put the body back in the trunk because we're great people.
One of the other things that you guys grabbed out of the body trunk was the note from Strahd.
Wasn't there a blank notebook as well? Or a notebook that appeared blank?
I don't think we took it. Oh my gosh, what?
The kitten thinks we took it.
I don't think you can take Strahd on your own.
Because you're a liar.
Okay, so Maya, would you like to hear the names of the spells in the book?
Yes, I would.
Disguise Self, Identify, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Protection from Good and Evil. Those are the first level spells. The second level spells are Dark Vision, Hold Person, Invisibility, and Magic Weapon. But it would take you hours to actually transcribe them over.
Yes. After I kind of look through it and see what all's in there, I close the book and look back at the group and I'm like, I will do whatever it is you need me to do to take this book. I will travel with you. I will fight with you. You can have all of my arcane magic. Please, let me have this book.
Him looks at Stormhunter and then to Tome.
Oh, what? You got no words for this situation?
He looks lost in thought as he's trying to think of something.
We would love to have your companionship on our next travel. It may involve wolves, though, so just,
That's all right.
you know,
I'm not scared of them.
a witch with really delicious trippy pies.
Sure. Okay.
Made of children.
We don't know that.
Of children by children.
Maya looks confused and the flowers get a little less vibrantly pink. But still not. She's like, okay.
I'm not here. Y'all keep listening to me, but I am passed out upstairs. I'm just saying of children by children asleep in another room.
I was talking to my own conscience.
I'll come with. It sounds like y'all get up to some interesting shit. I wanna be there.
She's really good at hitting stuff.
Ooh, yes. We need people who are good at hitting stuff, Stormhunter.
Also,
Stormhunter is great at hitting stuff. It's a certain paladin who is not.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to revise that, and I say Tome. Look at Tome.
Him. You're Tome.
Him.
You
I'm
mean
Tome. I have no idea who I am anymore. I've lost all sense of identity.
That sounds about right.
Especially when him uses my voice.
Him just kind of shrugs.
You should say something in my voice. You shouldn't just shrug.
He says in her voice, something in my voice.
Something in my voice. Oh, I hate it when he does that. That was that one time I was drunk. Oh shit. Maybe I shouldn't finish this line.
And him laughs in her voice.
Rictavio just kind of looks at you all very uncomfortably and says, I think I might take my leave now.
Oh, Ricky, maybe you can write a story about us.
He smiles. Maybe I can.
But he won't.
And he starts walking off. Because you've weirded him the fuck out.
We
You know, that's
weirded
pretty
it.
cool when you hit the TMI mark.
We weirded out the bard. You're
that
too
like
weird.
a
to be
level
put
that
in
you
this-
get or a feat? Achievement out the bar.
Achievement of
Can I get the embarrassment feat, whatever that is? I heard that.
Drinking while drow, and you weirded out the bard.
Maybe a little bit. Okay, so is there anything else you guys would like to do this evening?
I think it may be time to turn in.
If I finish the wine, do I have to roll to see if I'm drunk?
A single wine? No.
It's a pint of wine.
You're
That's
not
like
slamming
almost
back
half a
wine.
Still like half a bottle.
Yeah.
You also have the highest constitution
Okay.
of
All those
anyone except
drug
Pip.
guys.
Ooh.
My constitution
Drinking
has a
contest.
-1, so.
Oh man.
Pip and I might have to get in a drinking competition.
Yeah, Pip didn't really drink much. I gave an almost full pint to Bren.
I destroyed it and then died.
And then it destroyed you.
Bren's very emotional.
Yeah.
Bren feels things.
All of the things.
All of the things. Look out for those things.
My fur baby just abandoned me to be on the floor. Also, there are the remnants of 3 destroyed toys on the floor. You know the supposedly chew-proof, like, rubber ones? Gone. It's a blue rubber all over the place.
Alright. Well, so I say to Pip and Maya, oh my gosh, I am gonna screw up and call you Pip and Mary at some point. And I say, we're basically waiting for the next day to see if the clients we escorted here need us any further. Is that alright if you do want to continue traveling with us?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who's your client?
I don't want to stay in the common room.
Alright.
Understandable.
Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna go to bed now.
Alright, we'll see you all tomorrow.
So I moved you guys into your rooms already.
Okay.
Slumber party!
I see nothing
I'm
but
snoring like the drunkard I am.
So you have
Oh,
to
you
scroll
guys
up.
are still in the common room.
No, we got moved. We just had to find the one little room. Oh, this is.
It's just a different room than we are, because we have 4 beds in ours.
Yeah. We have just 2 better.
I walk over to Bren and just kind of poke Bren.
I'm sure he's not
I am out.
dead.
You're
Passively sleeping.
still breathing. Okay.
So, for Maya and Pip, I will read you the description of your room. 2 cozy beds with matching foot lockers rest in the far corners of this 15-foot square room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed. Between the beds, a lamp sits on a table under a shuttered window. 2 tall black wardrobes stand against the wall by the door.
Awesome. Okay. When we get into the room, I pull out some silver thread and start to line the room with it. And
Okay.
do a ritual casting of alarm.
Okay. And it lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, you're way better than me. I take trippy drugs and fall asleep.
During your watch. Like, to be fair, I'm not any better because I just go through everybody's shit during my watch.
Speaking of going through things, we've been in this room a while, but I just want to check on the mattress and see if anyone's ever forgotten / left anything interesting.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
No bodies, no bodies, no bodies.
No. If they
Good.
did, it's been cleaned up.
Oh well, that's at least a good sign.
I
Okay.
find it disturbing there's 2 actual stories of people finding bodies under their hotel beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, who doesn't check? What cleaning service are you paid to clean those hotel rooms? If they don't notice a rotting human being.
How do you not notice the smell?
Can I ask a technical question?
Sure.
Copying spells over. Do I need to be paying the 100 gold for paper and ink?
I am not sure. Let me think about that.
Okay.
Like,
I know it takes a lot of time, and that's fine, but I just wanted to
yes.
know if you need to be factoring that in.
I will get back to you before next session.
Cool, no problem.
Okay, so let's leave it there and say goodnight to all of the people in the chat.
Thanks for watching the stream and participating in chat.
Yeah.
Irena, that Sticky Ricky comment was my favorite.
Good.
It is a Motel 8.
Yeah. Yeah. I've stayed in this hotel before.
No, one of the 2 hotels that bodies were found in, I believe, was actually a Motel 8.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to way too many true crime podcasts.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.